Good morning. I wanted to go over a recipe that's very, very simple for you to do. Please like, subscribe, share this out. If you know anybody that's been inquiring about like homemade bone broth, so much cheaper than buying it from the store, and you kind of know where it comes from when you make it yourself. So my channel is at Healthy Carnivore. So I'm going to show you, I've got a super good amount of beef bones. Some of these are from porterhouse, some are from beef ribs, but all of these are beef. So for this, I am just doing beef bones. You can do chicken, you can do any bones, whatever bones you want to do. So I'm just going to show you real quick kind of the ins and outs of what I do. So I start with just putting all of those in the stew pot. Now you can do this, I'm gonna do this and I'm not gonna be home while it's doing some of its cooking. I have patients to see and blood to draw, so needles will be a moving today. But anyway, I feel secure doing that. My husband will be home here in a little bit. I'm not worried about it. We have a gas stove. It does fine. So what I do is I start out with just the bones, okay? Like that. Now, this is apple cider vinegar with the mother in it from, yeah, this was bought like over 6 years ago, before they started using a peel on their apples. So I'll be making my own, which is really easy to do. There's a recipe on Doug and Stacy, Living Off Grid, I think is what they call themselves. So I put 1 shot glass of apple cider vinegar. That just helps the process of everything breaking down. And of course, and I do not measure everything else. Like it's literally salt, and salt, and more salt. It's fine. It's totally fine. Okay, the next thing I do is I do filtered water. What I have always done is I put enough water to cover all of the bones by about 2 inches. So I'm going to add a little more filtered water here. While I'm waiting for that to filter, I can go over. Okay, let's see. So if you're somebody who, you know, if you're keto or ketovore and you can do pepper and you can do other spices, you can put whatever spices you want in your bone broth. It's your bone broth, so you can do that. I don't use anything other than either the Redmond's real salt or their smoked salt. That's the only things that I use for quite a while now, and it's done fine. So, you'll put this on kind of a low. You want it to simmer, but not really to a boil. And you just want to leave it on here for, 8-10 hours. I'll probably take it off around 5:30 tonight. And then I immediately put it in quart jars with lids and rings, your canning lids and rings. If you want to store this for an extended period of time, you'll want to turn that over while it's hot, and you want your jars to be hot before you pour a hot liquid in them, or they could shatter. So I would turn it upside down to get the heat down to the lid for a couple minutes, turn it back over, and it's going to seal. And you probably can get a few months, out of that. You can put it in your fridge too and use it. So the reason I'm making this one today is because after I do my meal at 1:30, I'm going to fast until Christmas Day. And then I will eat my first meal. I think we're eating at 3:30. So that is why I decided to make some of this. And I've been saving up the bones forever. So I was like, it's time. All right. Perfect. So, as you can see, okay. So then I'm going to put it on kind of our medium burner that we have on our little gas stove here. And like I said, I'm going to get it pretty warm before I leave, not to a boiling. You want to leave the lid on and I recommend leaving the lid on the entire time. You don't have to mess with it. It's not going to boil dry unless you have it on boil, which I would not do. When you're done, like I said, you're going to have the best bone broth. And like I said, you can use any bones that you have been saving. And that is the quick and the simple of it. Very fast. Apologize for the lighting. It was just, I was like, hey, I'm going to make this bone broth. Let me throw it on here real quick. If there's any recipes you want to see me do, if you have any questions, I love to go over people's lab work with them and give them information that they can go back to their doctors with, or their practitioners if they have any questions. So I always welcome that. Any comments, anything, just leave it there, in the comment section, and I will get back to you. I always get back usually within the 24 hours, if not faster. So and that's that. And then don't forget to watch live Monday evening on Christmas. Meaty Mondays, Hanging with the Browns and myself, we are going to do a live keto, carnivore, whatever, whoever wants to use ghee, basically, recipe. Some of the other gals from our Meaty Monday might jump on, but it's Christmas, so a lot of them, have family in town and stuff, and they want to spend that with them, which is completely fine. But anyway, you can watch it on Hanging with the Browns or at Healthy Carnivore and be able to get some good information, and I think some good laughs. So have a wonderful day. As I always say, meet, heat, eat, and repeat.